To the U.S. state of Ohio now, and an 18-year-old woman is facing felony charges after using packing tape to restrain her toddler against a wall. The child's mouth was also taped shut. He was left that way for about 15 minutes while she cleaned the house.
The little boy is now in the custody of Children's Services. It may never have come to light, but it did because his mom, Shayla Rudolph, streamed it all live on Facebook. And we should warn you, the video is disturbing.
You got the best mommy in the whole wide world. Don't make me put more tape up there. Now sit still. You can see the TV from right there. You be all right. You can't clean without them running around tearing up. Tape them to the wall. You can't cook or none of that because they running around. Tape them to the wall.
Let's bring in CNN's legal analyst, Reva Martin, right now. So, Reva, there were two separate incidents here. It was the first video that we just saw there, and then Rudolph was actually contacted by Child Services after that, and then a few days later she posted another live clip. Yes. Look at this.
They called Children's Services on me. So, now he in the corner. What you gonna do? Call Children's Services now. Can have his ass. I don't give a This time y'all can take him.
So now the police have become involved after that second clip, but shouldn't Children's Services have done something after the first one?
Well, we don't know what Children's Services did.
Right.
Whenever they are notified of potential child abuse, they go in, they conduct an investigation, and that's normally done very privately because if the charges aren't substantiated, you don't want someone to have the stigma of having been identified by Children Protective Services. As horrifying as both of those videos are to watch, and they are really horrific, I'm really glad that this woman did this, because without it being on videotape, this child may have been in danger in this home with this 18-year-old mom who's clearly not equipped to care for him, and no one would have known. So at least now the police are involved, Children Protective Services are involved, and we can assume that the child has been taken out of the home and placed in a safe and nurturing environment.
I have to ask you about this particular instance, because a lot of young people who are 18 and younger, kind of are really into putting their whole lives out there on Facebook or on Twitter or on, you name, the social media site. Is there any way that laws will start to reflect, because they never keep up with the times, that laws will start to reflect, like in this case, the child had no rights, right? Everything is put out there, and this little child doesn't really know what's going on, and yet privacy, gone.
Yeah, and you raise a really interesting point, Sarah, and the laws have not kept up with the technology, and it's moving so quickly. But again, I think this is just, I love social media. I love Facebook Live. I love the live streaming. And think what would have happened if we didn't have the benefit of this technology. If this mom didn't, for whatever reasons, if she wanted her 15 minutes of fame, if she wanted, this to go viral, whatever her, ill intentions were, the good thing is this child now is removed from that home, and hopefully she can get some help, because I don't know, I see a woman who's screaming out for help.
She seems over her head.
Yeah, way over her head, maybe some mental health issues.
Sorry, but the fact that she streamed it live on 2 occasions, obviously there's an evidentiary issue here, but does that play into the prosecution in some way? Does that show malice? Does it go to the sentencing phase?
Really good question, John. So many people who are streaming these live videos, taking pictures of themselves, committing crimes, they're just giving the prosecution a case. Absolutely. All of this is evidence, and it's going to come into this case. She's, by one account, we know, possibly has been charged with very serious felony charges as a result of taping the little kid to the wall, charges that may carry up to 8 years in prison. And yes, here's this videotape that the prosecution can play for the jury to show that she's guilty of this crime. So people need to know this isn't just about 15 minutes of fame. You are making a case for the prosecution.
On these 2 charges, though, I understand she's been charged with abduction, which seems odd. Why wouldn't it be like child abuse or something?
Abduction is kind of like an imprisonment charge. So you are holding someone against their will, and there may be other charges as the investigation continues. So there may be child endangerment, there may be child neglect and other charges, but I think abduction is the appropriate charge, because when you think about this kid being taped to a wall you know,
his mouth was
It seems more abuse to me rather than deprivation of liberty or whatever. But yeah,
definitely abuse.
Right.
And again, I'm so happy that, not happy that it was done, but happy that it was discovered.